everyone, we're back, and here's the rabbi for you.
So nice to speak again. This the parasha here in the diaspora, outside Eretz Israel, as you know very well. We are behind, so we are commenting on Parashat Behar, and next Bechokotai, yes, Behar, yes, and Behar speaks about the Shemitah year, the mitzvah, the commandment to for the agriculture, for the farmer that is in Israel, that he has to live 1 year the whole terrain
Land.
to stay fallow,
The land.
the land to stay fallow and not to work it, so, and not to even prune anything that will improve the crop, but you have to just make sure that he helps himself to whatever he needs, but it is also what we call hefker. That belongs to everybody. Everybody can come and everybody can help themselves. That's what is Shemitah. The Torah said once every 7 years, this is what the farmer needs to do. And it's a very difficult mitzvah. Because after all, you know, if somebody decides all of a sudden, I want to put on tefillin, okay? No, he's going to spend just perhaps 1 hour of the day and doing that mitzvah. And even if you observe kashrut, which is more difficult than that, but still, it's just some time that you have to do that when you are going to eat. But Shemitah, a whole year that you have to give over whatever it is that you have, and it is hefker for everybody to come and help themselves. That's a very, very difficult mitzvah. The Torah preempt this stress of the farmer, which applies to the farmer in Eretz Israel, that he will have that question. He said the Torah, "V'chi tomeru, ma nochal b'shana sheveit." If you say, what are we going to eat in the 7th year? You know, because we cannot sow, we cannot prune, we cannot do anything. So you get that anxiety, what you're going to do to continue the same way that you do every year. And the Torah says, "V'tziviti al birchati." בשנה השביעית לשלוש השנים, בשנה השישית לשלוש השנים. In the 6th year already you're going to have a bracha, a blessing that is going to last for another 3 years altogether. 3 years. Now that's a miracle practically. And the question is, the Torah, it puts it writes it there for the lector to read, and that means that question is constantly being asked by the farmer. The question is, if I would know that it is like a miracle what is going to happen, that it's going to last for the 3 years, why would I ask every time that question? I mean, I can understand the first year something new, you have to let the land fallow, okay? And the 2nd year, it happened the same thing you're going to say, okay, whatever happened in the 1st year, it wasn't a miracle, perhaps was a coincidence. But the 3rd year, the 4th, and on. And the Torah is permanent there, that it's going to ask a question, which is very, very, very interesting. How is it, how we deal with that? Well, I think that we can try to understand this, that really, especially when we know that the mitzvah was given to the people who were coming out from the desert, going to the land of Israel, and they were supposed to immediately fulfill this mitzvah. Can you imagine? They saw so many miracles. This is part of that miracle itself, and yet he doesn't have that confidence, and he will ask the same kind of question, and the Torah repeats that the miracles are going to have. But the simple answer that I think that we can understand why is because people do not get inspired, or they don't really learn and go by the external thing that happen in their life, even miracles. Even miracle, you have to have this this within yourself, that faith and it needs learning and it needs practicing. That means that no matter whatever, even if you see a miracle happen outside, that does not automatically make you completely being confident and believe 100%. So that's why even the Torah, when after the children of Israel, they saw the splitting of the sea and so on. After that, look what happened, the golden calf and so on. Yeah, and it tells you what human nature is. You do not get inspired and influenced simply by what you see as an external thing that you see out there. It had to be that you acquire that within yourself, and this is what the Torah in a way wants to tell us. That the same thing with the Shemitah. The Shemitah might be a miracle that you are going to have even for the 3 years and so on. But you have to understand human nature is that you have to constantly learn, constantly internalize everything that you have and that you have acquired. And this is what I think what it is. The only way to follow the Torah is by internalizing it, external factor alone. Even, miracles cannot work in place of all this. That's what we have to know. And so therefore, we have to rely more than anything into what we study, what we really internalize by wanting to know, and so on. And this is what the Torah is telling you, that you're going to have the question. Even if you see a miracle, you're going to have a question again and again, because you have to internalize everything. Shabbat Shalom.